The position vectors of points P and Q are I plus 2j minus k and 7i plus 3j minus 4k respectively. A. Find the vector equation of the line that passes through P and Q. Okay, so in order to find the vector equation of a line, what I need is a point that the line passes through and a vector that gives a direction. Okay, so again, any generic point xyz will be found by starting at some point that the line passes through and adding a multiple of the vector that gave a direction. So I can see here perhaps that if I want to get to this point B, then I can start at A and maybe add 2v, so the multiple would be 2 to get to B. If I wanted to get to some other point on the line, I would have to see how big a v do I need and get to that, right? So it would be maybe 1 times v, 2 times v, 2.5 times v, so on and so forth. But because v is parallel to my line, or because v gives this line direction, it'll always be on the line because it's going to be in the same direction of the line. Okay? So instead of A, I can use perhaps point Q, and I know that the positions are what? The positions are P is 1 in the I direction, 2 in the J direction, -1 in the K direction, whereas Q is 7 in the I direction, 3 in the J direction, -4 in the K direction. So I can use any of them. I chose Q, right? So I'm going to put here 7, 3, -4. Plus a multiple of a vector that gives a direction. Well, do you agree with me that this line passes through P and Q? If it passes through P and Q, vector PQ should give me the direction of line PQ, of the line that passes through P and Q. So I'm going to do Q minus P, which is what? Q is 7, 3, -4. P is 1, 2, -1. 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1. Sorry. 7 minus 1 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. -4 minus -1, it's -4 plus 1, that's -3. So this is the vector that gives a direction. Or any multiple of this vector could be, I could use it as the vector that gives me direction. Okay? That gives this line direction. So that'd be 6, 1, -3. So this is the equation of the vector equation of the line. For B, he's saying the line through P and Q, so the line, this line here, is perpendicular to vector 2i plus nk. Find the value of n. Okay, so the vector 2i plus nk, I'm going to call this vector w. It has what coordinates? It has coordinates 2 in the I direction, 0 in the j direction, and in the k direction. Okay, and he's saying that the line that passes through P and Q is perpendicular to that. So if it's perpendicular, let's talk vectors, right? What is the vector that gives my line direction? It's v, and we found that the coordinates of v are 6, 1, and -3. And if they're perpendicular, then I know that the dot product between the two vectors has to be 0. And how do I find the dot product between w and v? Well, I'm going to multiply the corresponding coordinates, and I'm going to add them. So it's going to be 2 times 6 plus 0 times 1 plus n times -3. And I know because they're perpendicular that the result must be 0. So we get 12 plus 0 minus 3n equals to 0. So this is going to give me that 12 equals 3n. And if I divide both sides by 3, n equals to 4.